Kansas was first to fully privatize the state's $3 billion Medicaid health care program, a program that serves low-income and disabled Kansans. 3 private insurance companies control both medical and long-term care services for the intellectually and developmentally disabled. For 4 years, families have struggled with this system. Insurance companies can handle the medical needs, not the day-to-day needs of our most vulnerable citizens. Here are their stories.
As you can see, my brother Mike is 24-hour care. I mean, you can visually see that. The care coordinators, and we're with United, know so little that the first time this care coordinator came out, knew nothing about Mike, had no medical experience. He went through my daily logs, and where it takes maybe an hour to dress a wound, he would put down 15 minutes. So that when he went through the whole thing, because he had no experience, he ended up giving us 4 hours a day to, cut us to 4 hours a day instead of round-the-clock care. That is critical. He didn't know what he was doing.
Our 2004 full-size van, we thought it was getting up in age and mileage, and we had heard the state of Kansas had funding for a lift. And when we approached the state of Kansas for some funding for the lift, we got declined. And the reason why it was declined is we were told that we had a functioning and operational van.
We're trying to be proactive rather than reactive, so we really, in the long run, think that we would save money.
2 months later, the leveling part of the lift broke, and we used the lift every day for Michael to get to and from his program and around town, so we had to get it fixed. And we reapplied saying, now that the van has got a lift problem, could you help us pay for it? And we were declined a second time because we did not go through proper pre-authorization of 3 bids and etc. And ended up having to appeal the decision.
We had heard that there was money available. When we asked our managed care provider, they don't seem to have any idea what we're talking about.
Our original case managers, I've had the same one, Kristen for 10 years and Mohammed for 18 years. If I had a question, I asked them, we got an answer, and now we have to go through all these hoops to try to get an answer, and we don't always get an answer. Like her shower chair, for instance, we went through so many MCO care coordinators that we never did get an answer, and then we'd start fresh with each one. I waited nearly 18 months, and then I just bought it myself, and it was over $2,000, so she could safely have a shower.
Craig is our son. His dad and I are both physicians, and we are his guardians, and we are keenly aware of his medical needs and his long-term disability needs. He requires physical therapy to stay mobile, and if we cannot keep him mobile over the long term, his healthcare needs and his ability to live in different environments is going to be severely impaired, and this is a huge priority for us. We've had multiple changes in care coordinators, over 5 at one MCO in a matter of a couple of years. Basically, there isn't any coordination of care, and our case manager, who knows Craig inside and out and who's been a part of his life for 15 years, is the one who knows him the best besides us.
I'm getting older, but our daughter is also getting older as well. And it worries me what's going to happen, after we're not here. It used to be that Kansas was a beacon for people with disabilities, that, the services were there, you could get them. There was a waiting list, but you could get them. And anymore, that's not necessarily the case. I would like to see us go back to the way it was before managed care. Because again, these guys are not patients. They are Kansans who have disabilities.
I'd love for the IDD population to be carved out and go back to the way it was. It wasn't broken. It didn't.
Local, less costly administration is already in place at 27 locations throughout the state. A carve-out cuts cost, cuts bureaucracy, and improves quality of care. Please support Senate Bill 332.